Golden with Mama here on BBC Radio Manchester. Now, we have got the author in here, Tanya Karina, who lives in Timperley, has a 5-year-old son who is autistic, who is called Alfie, and he inspires her every day. Now, she reads a lot to her 2 boys and recognises that there's not many books out there that teaches them that it's okay to be different. She's written a book, as I said, called Alfie's Way, and she's with us now. Hello.
Hi.
We were just looking through the book and we were saying, especially me and Helen, it's posh paper. We love it.
Thank you. Well, I thought about it, to be honest, because so I've got a 4-year-old and a 5-year-old, and they both sit on my knees at bedtime stories, and it's really hard to kind of like flick the pages when they're sat on you.
It's interesting that you say that you have your sons that will sit on your lap and you read to them. How important do you think it is to read to our children?
I think it is really important, and I've started it from birth, and I will continue to do so, just because I think fairy tales, imagination, creativity, it all links in together, and hopefully, picking the right books with morals especially will teach the kids.
It could be a bear. Shall we find out? Who has big jaws and massive claws?
You tell us a little bit more about Alfie.
Well, I'll go a bit further back. So I'm originally from Russia, and when I came to England, I didn't speak a word of English.
Oh.
I could say my name and I can say hello, and that was it. So that was tough. So I can kind of relate to being non-verbal and, feeling different and things like that. So
yes.
When Alfie was born, he didn't speak. Eventually he did get a diagnosis. At 4 years old, he said mummy for the first time, which was amazing.
Yeah.
So it's little things like that you can take for granted that mean a lot for parents that have kids with learning difficulties or a disability or a speech impediment or something like that. So I just wanted to write a book because there's not many out there that make it into a positive.
Yes.
There's not anything that says, give somebody different a chance because they might surprise you. And that's the case. And I think myself and the dad obviously were worried at the beginning because we just want Alfie to be happy. And we didn't know what autism was until we had Alfie, and we didn't know what it meant for him and for his future. And once you get past that and you realise that it does get easier.
Yes.
You form strategies, you use photo images to communicate, methods and things like that, and once you get past that, it's actually quite beautiful because they're really special kids.
I really like the end part because it said this. Alfie Bear gave a pout and he stood by his machine. The mice and 2 pals, Foxy and Stripes, realised they'd been mean. Today they'd learned a lesson. Yes, they got there in the end. Not everyone's the same as you, and that's okay, my friend.
Why do you think that there isn't much books out there? Because we are learning a lot more about autism and everything, but as you said, that there isn't much books out there, and if there is books out, it's more of information rather than, like for the parents telling us about what autism is and how to cope with autism. But as you said, for the children, for them to read and identify with the book. Why do you think that there's not many books out there like that?
I honestly don't know, to be honest, because, until we had Alfie, I didn't know anything about autism myself, and I couldn't even form an opinion on it. I didn't know what it was. I don't like to make Alfie feel different because he understands everything. It's just he struggles with speech and he sees the world slightly differently, but he's just like any other kid, really. It's not as common as in some countries, like in America. I think it's quite recognised. And I think in UK we're starting to understand it a lot better.
Yeah.
And that's what I wanted to do with this book. I wanted to inspire little ones, really, and make them feel proud of who they are, because they are special, and each and one of them is individual. Each child is special and they should be proud.